I think it was the first film made here from a female protagonist's point of view. International Women's Year got behind the film. Nobody wanted to finance the film. I can even remember the phone call I got from Tom Stacey saying begrudgingly, "Oh, you've got your money from the Australian Film Development Corporation." And I thought, that's very strange. You should be happy that we've got the money to make a film about an Australian iconic woman who was a barmaid and brought up two kids in the Depression on her own. But nobody wanted to know about it until the film opened. And of course, it still has the dignity and honour of being the longest running Australian film on a single screen ever, of 54 weeks, which was no mean feat. I saw Caddie only recently with an audience on a big screen, and I was surprised how well the film stood up. It hasn't dated. Now I realise it's a period film, but it hasn't dated. But the audience thought it was made yesterday, and that took me by surprise. I think if you re-release Caddie now in its 40th year, there'd be an audience out there that A, have never heard of it, and B, would get a very pleasant surprise that we were making films like Caddie at the same time as Ken Haddam was doing Sunday Too Far Away, and Bruce was doing Breaker Morant, etc. And then a little later on, Julian with My Brilliant Career. We completely underestimated in 1975 that we were making our first feature film, and we had to cut the schedule every weekend, and poor old Joan Long had to cut scenes out. But it was a case of the blind leading the blind in many ways. But we were all professional filmmakers because we were documentarists, and we'd come from that school of television commercials and documentaries. So in that sense, we knew what we were doing, but we didn't have a clue that the film we made, Caddie, that it would become the success that it did. In fact, it's probably one of the first Australian films to get its money back in its first year. You can't do that anymore. I think it was because it was about ourselves. I think any film that's about ourselves will resonate with an audience. Jocelyn Morehouse's Dressmaker, the critics gave it a lukewarm reception, but the audiences went out there. They found something in the film that's about us. But I think the more we look at our films like Caddie or My Brilliant Career or Careful He Might Hear You, if the film's about ourselves, the audience will sniff it out and they'll find it. And nobody can predict that. None of us know.